the world fades into red. Robb Stark feels the cold blade pierce his heart. His mother screams. The Freys laugh. Then, darkness. But death does not come. Instead, Robb wakes up gasping for air. His hands are small, too small. He looks down and sees a child's fingers gripping woolen blankets. The room around him is familiar, too familiar. This is his childhood bedroom in Winterfell. The stone walls, the warm furs, the smell of pine and smoke. His heart races. This cannot be real. Robb, wake up! Father says we must break our fast together. That voice, he knows that voice. Jon Snow bursts through the door. But this Jon Snow bursts through the door. But this Jon is young, maybe 10 years old. His face is bright and unscarred. There is no pain in his eyes, no weight of the night's watch, just a boy excited to start his day. Robb tries to speak, but his throat closes. Memories flood his mind like a river breaking through ice. The Red Wedding, his mother's throat cut, his direwolf Grey Wind slaughtered, his crown lost, his kingdom destroyed, his wife Talisa and their unborn child murdered. All of it comes crashing down on him at once. Robb, are you well? Jon steps closer, concerned. Robb forces himself to breathe, to think, to understand what is happening. He looks at his hands again. They are the hands of a boy. He touches his face, smooth, young, no beard, no scars from battle. He has been sent back. The gods have given him another chance. I am fine, Robb manages to say. His voice sounds strange, high and young. Just a bad dream. Must have been terrible. You look like you saw a ghost. Jon grins and throws a pillow at him. Come on, Father is waiting, and Theon says he will beat us both at archery today. Theon, alive, here, not broken by Ramsay Bolton. Robb's chest tightens. These people he loved, these people he lost, they are all here, all alive, all safe, for now. But Robb knows what is coming. He knows every mistake he will make, every wrong choice, every path that leads to ruin. The Lannisters, the Freys, the Boltons, Littlefinger's schemes, the Red Wedding. He knows it all, and this time he will not let it happen. Breakfast in the Great Hall feels like a dream. Robb sits at the table surrounded by his family. His father, Ned Stark, sits at the head. Strong and honorable, not yet dead in King's Landing. His mother, Catelyn, smiles as she serves food to Rickon. Little Rickon, so young, so innocent, not yet lost in the crypts. Sansa and Arya bicker about needlework. Bran climbs on the benches until Catelyn scolds him. Jon sits quietly at the end of the table as always. Theon Greyjoy laughs and makes jokes. Everyone is here. Everyone is alive. Robb feels tears sting his eyes, but he forces them back. He cannot cry. Not now. He must be strong. He must think. He must plan. Robb, you have barely touched your food. His mother looks at him with worry. Are you feeling ill? No, mother, I am just thinking. Thinking about what? His father asks. Robb meets Ned's eyes. Those gray eyes that hold so much honor, so much duty. Too much honor. That honor will get him killed in King's Landing. That honor will destroy their family. About the future, Robb says carefully. About what we must do to protect our family. Ned nods slowly. A lord must always think ahead. That is wisdom beyond your years, son. But Robb has lived those years. He has died those years. He has seen what happens when you trust the wrong people, when you break your word, when you let honor blind you to the truth. Never again. After breakfast, Robb goes to the Godswood. He needs to think, to plan. The heart tree stands ancient and watching. Its red leaves whisper in the wind. Robb kneels before it, as he did as a boy. But now he carries the weight of a man who has lost everything. I do not know why you sent me back, he whispers to the tree. But I will not waste this gift. I will save them. All of them. Talking to trees now? Robb turns. Jon stands behind him, his brother, his best friend, the one person he wishes he had trusted more. Jon. Robb stands and looks at him, really looks at him. This boy will become Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He will die and come back. He will learn he is Aegon Targaryen. He will kill the woman he loves to save the world. So much pain waiting for him. You have been acting strange all morning, Jon says. What is wrong? Robb considers lying, but Jon deserves the truth, or at least part of it. If I told you something impossible, Robb begins slowly, would you believe me? Jon frowns. That depends on what you tell me. What if I said I have seen the future? That I know terrible things are coming, that our family will be torn apart unless we act now. Jon is quiet for a long moment. Then he sits on a nearby stone. I would say you had a very bad dream. But I would also say, the nothing. If you tell me something is true, I believe you. This is why Robb loves Jon. This trust. This loyalty. The king is coming, Robb says. Robert Baratheon, he will ask Father to be his hand, and Father will say yes. He will go to King's Landing, and it will be the end of everything. Jon's eyes widen. How do you know this? I just do. And Jon, we have to stop it. The next days are torture. Robb knows Robert Baratheon will arrive soon. He knows Bran will climb a tower and see something he should not see. He knows Cersei and Jaime's secret. He knows how the war will start. But how can he stop it? He is a boy. No one will listen to a boy. He needs allies. He needs people who will believe him. That night, Robb sneaks into his father's solar. Ned sits at his desk writing letters. He looks up surprised to see Robb. It is late, son. You should be sleeping. Father, I must speak with you. It is urgent. Ned sets down his quill. Very well. Sit. Robb sits, but his hands shake. How can he explain this? How can he make his father understand? Father, when King Robert arrives, he will ask you to be his hand. Ned's face goes still. How do you know this? I cannot explain how, but I know. And Father, you cannot expend. If you go to King's Landing, you will die. The Lannisters will kill you. They will destroy our family. Ned stands abruptly. Robb, what madness is this? Where did you hear such things? I did not hear them. I know them. I have seen them. Robb's voice breaks. Father, please, I know you do not understand, but you must trust me. Do not go south. Do not leave Winterfell. Keep our family together. It is the only way we survive. Ned studies his son's face. He sees something there that disturbs him, a pain that no child should carry. Robb, tell me the truth. What has happened to you? Robb takes a deep breath. Then he speaks. He tells his father everything. The Red Wedding, the war, the betrayals, his death. All of it pours out like blood from a wound. When he finishes, the solar is silent. Ned sits back down slowly. His face is pale. If any other person told me this tale, I would call them mad. But you are my son. I know you. And I see the truth in your eyes. Then you believe me? I believe something has happened to you, something beyond my understanding, whether the gods sent you back or whether this is some vision. I do not know, but I will not ignore it. Hope surges in Robb's chest. Then you will not go to King's Landing? Ned is quiet for a long time. If Robert asks me to be his hand, I cannot refuse him. He is my oldest friend, my king. But I can make sure our family is protected. I can make different choices than the ones you say I made. It is not enough. But it is a start. 3 days later, the king arrives. Robert Baratheon rides through Winterfell's gates with his golden-haired queen and their children. Robb watches from the walls. He sees Cersei's cold beauty, Jaime's golden armor, Joffrey's cruel smirk. These people destroyed his family. These people started the war that killed him. Rage burns in Robb's chest, but he forces it down. He must be smart. He must be careful. That night, there is a feast. Robb sits at the high table and watches everyone. Robert drinks too much wine and laughs too loudly. Ned looks uncomfortable. Catelyn makes polite conversation with Cersei. And then Robb sees Bran. His little brother is restless. He keeps looking at the windows. Robb knows what he is thinking. Bran wants to climb. Robb excuses himself and follows Bran outside. He finds him near the old tower. Bran, wait. His brother turns. Robb, what are you doing here? Do not climb today, Robb says firmly. Please, stay on the ground. Bran frowns. Why? I always climb. Not today, trust me. But Bran. Robb grabs his brother's shoulders. I am asking you, as your brother, do not climb this tower, not while the king is here. Something in Robb's voice makes Bran stop. He nods slowly. All right, I will not climb. Robb feels relief wash over him. One disaster avoided, but there are so many more coming. That evening, Robb walks the halls of Winterfell. He is restless. His mind races with plans and fears. He turns a corner and nearly collides with someone. Forgive me, my lord. Robb looks up and sees a girl. She is young, maybe 13 or 14. She wears simple servant's clothes, but her eyes are sharp and intelligent. He has never seen her before. Who are you? Robb asks. My name is Lyra, my lord. I came with the king's household. I serve in the kitchens. There is something about her that makes Robb pause. Something familiar, but he cannot place it. You should watch where you walk, Lyra. She smiles. So should you, my lord. A young wolf must be careful in these halls. There are lions lurking. Robb's blood runs cold. What did you say? But Lyra is already walking away. She disappears around the corner before Robb can follow. Strange. The next morning, Robert asks Ned to ride out with him. Robb knows what this means. This is when Robert will offer Ned the position of hand. This is when everything begins. Robb watches them leave. He feels helpless. He is still just a boy. No one will listen to him. No one will believe him, except maybe one person. Robb finds Theon in the training yard. His father's ward is practicing with a bow. Theon was always skilled, always proud, and in Robb's old life, always a traitor. But maybe this time can be different. Theon, Robb calls. I need to speak with you. Theon lowers his bow. What is it, Stark? Robb leads him to a quiet corner. I need your help. Theon raises an eyebrow. With what? With something dangerous, something that could save the North, but you must swear to keep it secret. Theon looks intrigued. I swear it. Robb takes a breath. He cannot tell Theon everything, not about being reborn, but he can tell him enough. When my father goes south, terrible things will happen. The Lannisters will move against us. They will try to destroy House Stark, and when that happens, the Ironborn will see an opportunity. Your father will attack the North. Theon's face hardens. My father would never. He will. And he will ask you to betray us, to take Winterfell, and you will have to choose between your blood and your home. Theon is silent. His jaw clenches. How do you know this? I just do. And Theon, I am telling you now, so you can make the right choice when the time comes. You are my brother, in all but blood. I do not want to lose you, but I need to know. When that moment comes, who will you choose? Theon looks at Robb for a long moment. You are asking me to betray my father before he has done anything. I am asking you to choose your family, the family that raised you, the family that trusts you. Theon turns away. I need to think. It is not the answer Robb wanted, but it is honest, and that is more than he had in his old life. That night, Ned returns from his ride with Robert. He looks troubled. He calls Robb to his solar. The king has asked me to be his hand, Ned says quietly. He wants me to come to King's Landing. And what did you say? I told him I needed time to consider. Robert was not pleased, but he will wait for my answer. Ned sits heavily. Robb, if what you told me is true, then going south means my death, but refusing the king. That could bring war to our doorstep. Then we must be ready for war, Robb says. Father, you taught me that the North must always be prepared. We must call our banners, strengthen our defenses, make alliances. You speak like a lord who has seen battle. I have seen battle, father, more than you know. Ned studies his son. Very well, I will start making preparations. But Robb, if I am to refuse Robert, I need a reason. A good reason, something he will understand. Robb thinks. Then an idea forms. Tell him you cannot leave the north because of what is coming beyond the wall. Tell him the Night's Watch has sent warnings. Tell him the true threat is in the north, not the south. Will he believe that? It does not matter if he believes it. It matters that it is true. And Father, it is true. The White Walkers are coming, the long night is coming, and we need to prepare. Ned's face goes pale. You know this too? I know everything that is coming, and we do not have much time. The next weeks pass in a blur. Ned writes to the Night's Watch, asking for information. He sends ravens to the Northern Lords, preparing them for possible conflict. He refuses Robert's offer to be hand. Robert is furious. He shouts and drinks and calls Ned ungrateful. But Ned stands firm. He will not abandon the North. Finally, Robert leaves Winterfell with his family. Cersei's eyes are cold as she departs. Robb knows she is angry. She wanted Ned in King's Landing where she could control him. But the danger is not over. It is only beginning. One evening, Robb is walking near the kitchens when he sees Lyra again, the strange servant girl. She is carrying bread and does not seem to notice him. Lyra, Robb calls. She stops and turns. My lord, you said something to me before. About lions. How did you know? Lyra smiles mysteriously. I pay attention, my lord. I see things others do not see. And I know that you see things too. What do you mean? You are not like other boys. You carry weight that does not belong to you. You know things you should not know. And you are trying to change what cannot be changed. Robb steps closer. Who are you really? Just a kitchen girl, my lord. But I am also someone who wants to help. I hate the Lannisters as much as you do, and I think we can help each other. How? I have eyes in King's Landing, people who owe me favors, people who can send information. If you want to know what Cersei is planning, I can find out. Robb is suspicious. Why would you help me? Because the Lannisters took someone I loved, and I want to see them burn. Her eyes are hard as stone. Do you want my help or not? Robb considers. This could be a trap, but it could also be useful. Very well. If you can get me information from King's Landing, I will pay you well. Lyra nods. I do not want your gold, my lord. I just want justice. She walks away, leaving Robb to wonder who this girl really is. Months pass. Winter is coming closer. Robb trains every day. He learns to fight better than he did before. He studies strategies and maps. He talks to his father's bannermen. He prepares. Jon notices the change in him. One day, Jon finds Robb in the library reading about the White Walkers. You have become obsessed with these stories, Jon says. They are not stories, they are real. How do you know? Robb looks at his brother. Because I have seen them in my dreams. The dead walked beyond the wall. And they are coming for all of us. Jon sits down. I believe you. I do not know why, but I do. And Robb, I think I should join the Night's Watch. No. Robb stands abruptly. You cannot. Why not? I am a bastard. I have no place here, but at the wall I can serve. I can fight. I can make a difference. Jon, you have a place. Here, with me, with our family. I am not family. Not really. Robb grabs Jon's shoulders. You are my brother. My true brother. My true brother. and I need you here. Not at the wall. Here. Jon looks confused. What are you saying? Robb takes a deep breath. This is it. This is when he tells Jon the truth. Jon, you are not Ned Stark's bastard. You are his nephew. Your real father was Rhaegar Targaryen. Your mother was Lyanna Stark. You are not Jon Snow, you are Aegon Targaryen, and you have more right to the Iron Throne than anyone. Jon's face goes white. He stumbles backward. What? That cannot be true. It is true. Father kept it secret to protect you. Robert would have killed you if he knew. But Jon, you are not a bastard. You never were. And you cannot waste your life at the wall when you could be so much more. Jon sits down hard. His hands shake. How do you know this? Because I have seen the future. And in that future, you learn the truth. You become king in the north. You fight the dead. You save the world. But Jon, to suffer so much. You die and come back. You lose everyone you love. And I will not let that happen to you again. Jon looks at Robb with wide eyes. I do not understand any of this. I know, but trust me. Please, stay here. Help me prepare. Together we can save the North. Save our family. And maybe we can even save the world. Jon is quiet for a long time. Then he nods. All right, I will stay. But Robb, you need to tell me everything. And Robb does. He tells Jon about the wars, the White Walkers, the dragons, Daenerys Targaryen, the Night King, all of it. When he finishes, Jon looks stunned, but he also looks determined. If this is all true, then we have a lot of work to do. Robb begins to make his moves. He convinces his father to send men to reinforce the wall. He writes letters to the lords of the north warning them about threats from the south and beyond. He stockpiles weapons and food. Some think he is mad. Others think he is wise. But all of them respect him because he is Ned Stark's son. One day, a raven arrives from King's Landing. Lyra's information. It says that Cersei is planning something. She is gathering allies. She knows Ned refused Robert, and she is angry. The letter also says something else. Jon Arryn, the old hand of the king, has died, poisoned, and Cersei is the one who ordered it. Robb shows the letter to his father. Ned's face goes grim. If this is true, then Cersei is more dangerous than I thought. We need to warn Robert, Robb says. Robert will not believe us. He loves Cersei even though she does not love him. He is blind to her schemes. Then we need proof, real proof. Ned nods slowly. I will send someone I trust to investigate, someone who can move quietly. Send Jory, Robb suggests. He is loyal and smart. Ned agrees. He sends Jory Castle south with secret instructions. Find proof of Cersei's crimes. Find out what she is planning. While they wait, Robb continues training. He spars with Jon every day. He teaches him things he learned in his old life. Battle tactics. How to read an enemy. How to lead men. Jon learns quickly. He is a natural warrior, and with Robb's guidance, he becomes even better. One evening, Theon approaches Robb. They have not spoken much since their conversation months ago. I have been thinking about what you said, Theon begins. About my father, about the choice I will have to make. And I do not want to betray you, or Winterfell. This is my home, you are my family, but Robb, I am still an Ironborn. I still have a duty to my blood. I understand. But Theon, remember this. Your father gave you up when you were a boy. Ned Stark raised you, cared for you, treated you like a son, who has earned your loyalty. Theon clenches his jaw. I know, but it is not that simple. It is that simple. When the time comes, you will have to choose. And I hope you choose us. Theon nods but says nothing. Robb can see the conflict in his eyes. This will not be easy for him. Weeks later, Jory returns from the south. but he does not return alone. With him is a young woman. She is beautiful, with long dark hair and sharp green eyes. She wears fine clothes, but carries herself like a fighter. Lord Stark, Jory says. This is Lady Mira of House Blackwood. She has important information about the Lannisters. Ned looks surprised. Lady Mira, what brings you to Winterfell? Mira steps forward. My lord, I serve as a lady-in-waiting in King's Landing. I have seen things, terrible things. The Queen is planning to kill King Robert. She wants her son Joffrey on the throne, and she will do anything to make it happen. Ned's face darkens. Do you have proof? I have seen her meet with her brother Jaime. I have heard them talk. They are lovers, and Joffrey, Marcella, and Tommen. They are not Robert's children. They are Jaime's. The room goes silent. This is the secret that started everything in Robb's old life. The secret that got Ned killed. This is treason, Ned says quietly. If what you say is true, then the succession is false. The throne belongs to Robert's true heir. His brother Stannis, Robb adds. He is the rightful king. Ned looks at his son. You knew this too? I told you, father. I know everything that happened, and in my old life you discovered this secret. You told Cersei, and she had you killed. Miro looks at Robb curiously. You speak as if you have lived this before. I have, Robb says simply. Mira studies him. I believe you. There is something about you, something old and sad. You have the eyes of someone who has seen death. Ned stands. If we reveal this secret, it will mean war. The Lannisters will never accept it. And Robert may not even believe us. Then we must gather proof, Robb says. Real proof that cannot be denied, and we must prepare for war, because it is coming whether we want it or not. Ned sends ravens to Stannis Baratheon. He tells him what Mira has revealed. He asks for his support. Stannis responds quickly. He already suspected Cersei's betrayal. He is gathering his forces on Dragonstone. He will support Ned if it comes to war. But before they can act, news arrives from King's Landing. Robert Baratheon is dead, killed in a hunting accident. Except Robb knows it was not an accident. Cersei arranged it, just as she did in his old life. And now Joffrey sits on the Iron Throne. The war has begun. Joffrey calls Ned a traitor for spreading lies about his birth. He demands Ned come to King's Landing to answer for his crimes. He also demands Ned send his daughters Sansa and Arya as hostages. But this time, Ned's daughters are safe in Winterfell. Ned never sent them south. He kept his family together just as Robb asked. Ned refuses Joffrey's demands. He declares for Stannis Baratheon as the true king. He calls his banners, the North will go to war. The lords of the North answer the call. Great John Umber, Roose Bolton, Rickard Stark, Wyman Manderly. All of them come to Winterfell with their armies. Robb stands beside his father as they greet the lords. He remembers these men. Some of them betrayed him in his old life. Roose Bolton, the architect of the Red Wedding. Robb watches him carefully. This time will be different. The War Council meets in the Great Hall. The lords argue about strategy. Some want to march south immediately. Others want to fortify the north and wait. Robb listens quietly. Then he speaks. My lords, we cannot win this war by marching south. The Lannisters have more men, more gold, more allies. If we fight them head-on, we will lose. Then what do you suggest, boy? Greyjoy humor growls. We fight smart. We use the land. We draw them into traps. We cut off their supply lines. We make them bleed for every inch of ground. And most importantly, we make alliances. With who? Roose Bolton asks quietly. With Stannis Baratheon, with the Riverlands, with the Vale, maybe even with the Ironborn if we can convince them. The Ironborn. Several lords laugh. They are raiders and thieves. They cannot be trusted. Robb looks at Theon. Some of them can be. Theon looks uncomfortable but nods. We need every ally we can get, Robb continues, because this war is not just about the Iron Throne. There's a greater threat coming, the White Walkers. The army of the dead. They are real, and they are coming for all of us. Some lords look skeptical. Others look worried. If what the boy says is true, Lord Manderley says, then we need to prepare, not just for war with the South, but for something far worse. Ned stands. My son speaks true. I've received reports from the Night's Watch. Strange things are happening beyond the wall. We must be ready. The council agrees. They will prepare for both wars. The war in the south and the war in the north. The armies march, but not south. Instead, Robb convinces his father to send forces to the wall first. They reinforce Castle Black. They send food and weapons. They prepare for the long night. Jon Snow leads a contingent of northern soldiers to the wall. He is not joining the Night's Watch. He is there as a representative of House Stark. As Aegon Targaryen, though few know that secret yet. Meanwhile, Robb stays in Winterfell with his father. They plan their next moves. They send messages to their allies. They prepare for the Lannisters' response. Lyra brings more information from King's Landing. The Lannisters are gathering their forces. Tywin Lannister is marching north with a massive army. He plans to crush the rebellion quickly. We need to move, Robb tells his father. If we wait, Tywin will destroy us. What do you suggest? We split our forces. You take the main army and meet Tywin in the field. I will take a smaller force and strike at the Lannister supply lines. We bleed them. We weaken them. We make them fight on our terms. Ned looks at his son. You are 13 years old, Robb. I cannot send you into battle. I have fought battles before, father. I have commanded armies. I have won and lost wars. I know what I am doing. Ned sees the truth in his son's eyes. This is not a boy. This is a man trapped in a boy's body. A man who has lived and died and been given a second chance. Very well, Ned says finally. But you will take experienced commanders with you, and you will be careful. Robb grins. I am always careful. That night, Robb prepares his forces. He takes 2,000 men, mounted warriors mostly, fast and deadly. Theon joins him. I am coming with you. Are you sure? You asked me to choose. I use your. You asked me to choose. I choose you. I choose the North. I choose family. Robb clasps his arm. Then let us go remind the Lannisters why they should fear the wolves. The campaign is brutal but effective. Robb's forces move like ghosts. They strike at Lannister supply trains. They burn their camps. They ambush their scouts. They disappear before the Lannisters can respond. Tywin Lannister grows frustrated. His army is massive but slow. Robb's forces are small but deadly. Every day, more Lannister soldiers die. Every day, their supplies dwindle. During one raid, Robb captures a Lannister knight. The man is young, barely older than Robb himself. He wears fine armor with the lion sigil. What is your name? Robb asks. Sir Lancel Lannister, the knight says proudly. Robb recognizes the name. In his old life, Lancel was Cersei's lover. He helped her kill Robert, but right now, he is just a scared young man. Tell your lord grandfather something for me, Robb says. Tell him the wolves are coming, and this time we will not be leashed. He releases Lancel unharmed. The message spreads through the Lannister camps. The young wolf is on the hunt. Meanwhile, Ned's forces meet Tywin in the field near the twins. The battle is fierce. The Freys have not declared for either side. They watch from their castle and wait to see who wins. Ned is a skilled commander, but Tywin is cunning. The battle could go either way. Then Robb's forces arrive. They hit the Lannisters from behind. The surprise is complete. The Lannister lines break. Tywin is forced to retreat. The North has won its first major victory. After the battle, Walder Frey invites Ned and Robb to his castle. He offers alliance. He offers his bridge. But Robb knows this is a trap. He knows what the Freys are capable of. We should not go, Robb tells his father. Why not? We need the twins to move south. Because Walder Frey cannot be trusted. In my old life, he betrayed us. He killed us at a wedding. The Red Wedding, they called it. Ned's face goes pale. Then what do? We force him to choose. We show him that betraying us will cost him everything. They enter the twins with a full guard. They do not eat Frey's food. They do not drink Frey's wine. They stay alert. Walder Frey sits in his hall like a weasel on a throne. Lord Stark, young wolf, welcome to my humble home. We are grateful for your hospitality, Lord Frey, Ned says carefully. Hospitality costs money, but alliances. Hospitality costs money, but alliances can be profitable. Walder grins. I will give you my bridge, my men, my support, but I want something in return. What do you want? Robb asks. A marriage. Your son to one of my daughters. A strong alliance between our houses. Robb feels cold. This is what destroyed him before. He agreed to marry a Frey. Then he broke the promise, and it cost him everything. But this time is different. I accept, Robb says, but I choose which daughter, and the wedding happens after the war, not before. Walder laughs. Smart boy. Very well, we have an agreement. They leave the twins with an alliance. But Robb does not trust it. He knows the phrase. He knows they will turn if given the chance. He must make sure they never get that chance. The war continues. Weeks turn to months. The North wins battle after battle. Robb's strategies work. His guerrilla tactics bleed the Lannisters dry. His father's honor keeps the Northern lords united. But Robb knows this cannot last. Eventually, the Lannisters will adapt. They will learn. They will bring more forces. And then there is the threat beyond the wall. Jon sends ravens with disturbing news. The dead are moving. The White Walkers have been seen. The Night's Watch is preparing for an attack. Robb knows he must end this war quickly. He must unite the Seven Kingdoms before the real enemy arrives. One night, Mira finds Robb in his tent. She has been serving as a scout. Her knowledge of the South has been invaluable. I have news, she says. Stannis is planning to attack King's Landing. He has the largest fleet in Westeros. If he takes the city, the war ends. But he will not take it, Robb says. I know what happens. Tywin will arrive just in time. He will save the Lannisters, and Stannis will lose. Then we must help him. If we move our forces south, we can support his attack. Robb thinks this could work. But it is risky. If they leave the north undefended, the Ironborn might attack. The Boltons might betray them. We need more allies, Robb says. We need the Vale. We need the Riverlands fully committed. We need... A raven arrives, interrupting them. Robb reads it and his blood runs cold. It is from Jon. The dead have attacked the wall. Hundreds of them. We held them off, but barely. Robb, we need help. We need more men. The long night is coming. Robb stands. I have to go north. What about the war in the south? Mira asks. The war in the south does not matter if the dead destroy us all. He calls for his commanders. He tells them his plan. Half the northern forces will go to the wall with him. The other half will stay with Ned to continue fighting the Lannisters. Some argue. Some say he is mad, but Ned supports his son. Go, Ned says. Save the wall. Save the world. I will hold the south. Robb embraces his father. Do not trust the Boltons. Watch them carefully. I will. Robb rides north with his forces. Theon stays with Ned. Before they part, Robb tells Theon one more thing. If the Ironborn attack while I am gone, you must defend Winterfell. You must choose us. Theon nods. I will. I swear it. The journey to the wall is hard. Winter is here. Snow falls constantly. The cold is brutal. But they press on. When they arrive at Castle Black, Jon greets them. He looks older, harder. The wall has changed him. You came, Jon says. I told you I would always protect you, Robb replies. They stand on the wall together and look north. The forest stretches endlessly, dark and frozen. They are out there, Jon says quietly. I have seen them, blue eyes glowing in the dark. The dead walk, Robb. Just as you said. Then we must be ready to fight them. Robb works with the Night's Watch. He reinforces the wall. He trains the men. He prepares traps and defenses. He stockpiles dragon-glassed, the only thing that can kill White Walkers. Weeks pass, then one night the horn blows. 3 long blasts. White Walkers, the dead, are coming. Robb stands on the wall with Jon. They watch as thousands of whites emerge from the forest. Their eyes glow blue. Their movements are jerky and wrong. Behind them stride the White Walkers, tall and pale with ice weapons and ancient malice. "Here they come," Jon says. "Then let us show them that the living do not surrender easily," Robb replies. The battle begins. The whites throw themselves at the wall. They climb like insects. Arrows fall like rain. Boiling oil pours down. The whites burn, but more keep coming. Robb fights alongside the Night's Watch. He kills whites with dragon glass blades. He orders his men to hold the line. He refuses to give ground. Jon fights like a demon. He is fearless and deadly. Together, the brothers hold the wall. But the White Walkers do not attack directly. They wait. They watch. They are patient. After hours, the whites finally retreat. The wall holds. But barely. "This is just the beginning," Jon says. "They are testing us, learning our defenses. Next time they will bring more." "Then we need more help," Robb says. "We need dragons." Jon looks at him. "Daenerys Targaryen. You told me about her. You said she has dragons. She does. Or she will. Right now, she is across the sea. But if we could find her, bring her here. Her dragons could turn the tide." "How do we find her?" "I know where she will be. And I know what she will be. And I know what she wants. She wants to take back the 7 kingdoms. If we offer her an alliance, she might help us. It is a dangerous plan, but it might be their only hope." Robb sends ravens south. He asks his father to send envoys across the narrow sea. Find Daenerys Targaryen. Tell her about the threat in the north. Offer her an alliance. While they wait, more battles come. The dead attack again and again. Each time the defenders hold, but each time they lose men. The wall grows weaker. Then news arrives from the south. Stannis attacked King's Landing. He lost. Tywin Lannister saved the city. Joffrey still sits on the throne. But worse news follows. Theon Greyjoy has betrayed them. He seized Winterfell. He holds Bran and Rickon hostage. Robb feels his world shatter. Even after everything, even after his warnings, Theon still betrayed them. "I have to go back," Robb says. "I have to save my brothers." "Robb, you cannot leave the wall," Jon argues. "The dead, my brothers, are alive and in danger. I will not abandon them." Robb takes half his forces and rides south. It is a desperate race. He pushes his men hard. They ride day and night. When they reach Winterfell, they find it under siege. But not by Theon's forces, by Roose Bolton's forces. Roose Bolton has turned against the Starks, just as he did in Robb's old life. He is attacking Winterfell to claim it for himself. Robb realizes the horrible truth. Theon did not betray them. Theon tried to defend Winterfell from the Boltons, and now he is trapped inside with Bran and Rickon. Robb's forces attack the Boltons from behind. The battle is vicious. Roose Bolton's bastard Ramsay leads the defense. He is cruel and clever, but Robb is smarter. They break through the Bolton lines. They storm Winterfell. Robb fights his way to the Great Hall. Inside he finds Theon, bloodied and beaten but alive. And beside him are Bran and Rickon, safe. "Robb," Theon gasps, "I am sorry. I tried to protect them. I swear I tried." "I know," Robb says. "You chose us. You chose family. And I will never forget that." They capture Roose Bolton and his son. Robb orders them executed for treason. The North has no mercy for traitors. With Winterfell secured, Robb prepares to return to the Wall. But then the final news arrives. His father is dead. Ned Stark died in battle against Tywin Lannister. He fought bravely. He died with honor. But he is gone. Robb falls to his knees. Even though he knew this might happen, even though he tried to prevent it, the pain is unbearable. He has lost his father again. The Northern Lords gather in Winterfell. They mourn their leader. And then they look to Robb. You are Ned Stark's heir, Greyjoy says. You are the warden of the North. And more than that, you are our king. The king in the North. The lords shout. The king in the North. Robb stands. He did not want this. He wanted to save his father, to keep his family together. But fate has other plans. I accept, Robb says quietly. But I do not fight for a crown. I fight for the living. I fight to stop the dead. And I will need all of you to stand with me. We will, the Lords pledge. Until the end, Robb sends word to Jon at the wall. He sends word to Stannis. He sends word to every kingdom that will listen. The long night is coming. The dead are marching. And the living must unite or perish. Weeks pass. Then finally news comes from across the sea. Daenerys Targaryen has received their message. She is coming to Westeros, and she is bringing her dragons. Hope stirs in Robb's chest. Maybe they can win this. Maybe they can survive. He returns to the wall with all his forces. Jon is still holding the line, but the situation is desperate. The White Walkers have grown bolder. They attack in greater numbers. The night before the final battle, Robb stands on the wall with Jon. Do you think we can win? Jon asks. I do not know, Robb admits. But I know we have to try. In my old life, I died without seeing the end. I died without knowing if we won. But this time I will fight until the very end. Together, Jon says. Together, Robb agrees. The dawn comes, and with it, the army of the dead, thousands upon thousands of whites, dozens of White Walkers, and at their head, the Night King himself. The horn blows. The battle begins. Robb fights like he has never fought before. He cuts down whites. He rallies his men. He refuses to give ground. Jon fights beside him. Theon fights on his other side. They are brothers in blood and in battle. The fighting is endless. The wall shakes with the force of the assault. Men die. Whites climb over their bodies. And then a sound, a roar that shakes the sky. 3 dragons appear over the horizon. Black Drogon, golden Viserion, green Rhaegal, and riding the largest is a silver-haired woman. Daenerys Targaryen has arrived. Dragonfire falls from the sky. Whites burned by the thousands. The White Walkers scatter. The tide of battle turns. Robb watches in awe as the dragons cleanse the land. As Daenerys fights for the living, the Night King sees his army burning. He turns his cold blue eyes toward the wall, toward Robb, toward Jon, and then he raises his hands. The dead that have fallen begin to rise again, even those burned by dragonfire. The Night King's power is too strong. Robb realizes the truth. They cannot win by killing whites. They must kill the Night King himself. Jon, Robb shouts, we have to get to him. Jon understands. They charge through the battlefield, cutting through whites, fighting toward the Night King. The Night King sees them coming. He draws his ice sword and waits. Robb and Jon attack together. But the Night King is impossibly strong. He blocks their strikes. He moves like winter wind. Then Lyra appears, the mysterious kitchen girl. But now she wears armor, and she carries a Valyrian steel dagger. I told you I wanted justice, she says, and she throws the dagger. It flies true. It strikes the Night King in the chest. The ancient creature shatters like ice, and with him, every White Walker, all of them fall. The long night ends. Silence falls over the battlefield. Then cheers. The living have won. Robb looks at Lyra. Who are you really? She smiles sadly. I am no one. Just someone who wanted to help save the world. She walks away and disappears into the crowd. Robb never sees her again. The war is over. The dead are defeated. But the realm is still broken. Daenerys lands her dragon before Robb. She dismounts and studies him. You are the one who called for me, she says. I am Robb Stark, king in the north. And I am Daenerys Targaryen, the rightful queen of the 7 kingdoms. They look at each other. 2 rulers, 2 claimants, 2 people who have fought and suffered. We should talk, Robb says. They negotiate for days. Finally, they reach an agreement. Daenerys will take the Iron Throne, but the North will remain independent. A free kingdom allied with the South but not ruled by it. Jon reveals his true identity. He is Aegon Targaryen, Daenerys' nephew. He has a claim to the throne as well. But Jon does not want it. He renounces his claim. He supports Daenerys, and she, grateful, makes him her hand. Robb returns to Winterfell. His family is waiting. Sansa, Arya, Bran, Rickon, all alive, all safe. Catelyn has survived as well. She weeps when she sees her son. "You saved us," she says. "You saved all of us." "I did what I had to do," Robb replies. He thinks about his old life, about the mistakes he made, the people he lost, the kingdom he destroyed. But this time is different. This time he succeeded. The North is free. His family is safe. The dead are defeated. He has rewritten fate. Years pass. Robb rules the North with wisdom and strength. He never marries a Frey. Instead, he marries Mira Blackwood, the woman who helped him win the war. They have children. They build a lasting peace. Theon Greyjoy remains his most trusted friend. Jon Snow serves Daenerys faithfully. The realm prospers, and every night, Robb looks at the heart tree in the Godswood. He thanks the old gods for giving him this second chance, for letting him save the ones he loves. He thinks about the red wedding that never happened, the crown he lost and regained, the death he died and reversed, and he knows that no matter what comes next, he will face it, because he is Robb Stark, the young wolf, the king in the North, and he will never stop fighting for his family